Good evening and welcome to the Fairfield Ludlowe High School commencement exercises for the class of 2019. At this time, will you all please rise for the national anthem? 4 years ago, I walked through those doors scared out of my mind. But today, I will walk out of those very same doors a graduating senior scared out of my mind. But this time, I'm not afraid of what's to come, of what lies ahead. I'm afraid of closing the door on the best 4 years of my life. So what's changed? Well, we've gotten our licenses, we've learned calculus, and I think about half of us can now tell you what niche means. But above all, every single one of us has undergone substantial personal growth. I don't think anyone out there can honestly tell me that they were a better person freshman year than they are today. Take me, for example. Like most 13-year-old boys, I was kind of awkward. I wore Nike Elite socks religiously, and I used Axe body spray like it was shower in a can. I was not particularly bright either. If I can recall, there was about a 2-month stint in which I had been convinced that Dean Craven's first name was Dean. Now, not my proudest share, by any means, but I've wised up. I'm not the same gullible 13-year-old I used to be. I can now tell you that Dean Craven's first name is Daniel. It's not a problem for me anymore. Mark. Are you serious? As I was saying, Daniel would have been his name had his parents not elected to go with David. But you get the idea. You get the idea. We have all come a long way since then. Let me tell you, if you had told me 4 years ago that I would be up here on my graduation day in front of 2,000 plus people giving a speech, I would have packed my bags and moved to Siberia. I hear it's lovely this time of year. But back then, this would have been one of the most daunting tasks imaginable for me. But after everything I've been through with all of you, it doesn't seem so scary at all. We've been through 4 years of midterms, 4 years of finals, 8 pep rallies, and about 1 billion advisories. We were there for the watermelons, and we were still there when the Chromebooks flooded. We have been through it all. And then there's the teachers, from Mr. Russell to Miss Souza to the late, tragically departed Mr. DeSantis. He didn't die or anything, he just went to start a new business. Our teachers have taken a more genuine and authentic interest in the education and the well-being of their students than we could have possibly asked for. Please give them a round of applause right now. So when people ask me, Mark, are you scared to get up there? Are you scared to do this? I tell them no. I'm going to be speaking in front of my family and my extended family. I have been so incredibly fortunate to meet so many amazing people here. Shout out to Strap, wherever you are. At this school, I have forged some of the most valuable and meaningful relationships I will ever know. I will be forever grateful for Fairfield Ludlowe High School. And if I could go back in time, right now, and do this whole thing over again, well, I'm going to miss this place. Let's just leave it at that. Today, we will all leave a part of ourselves at Ludlowe, and we will also take a piece of Ludlowe with us as we pave our paths toward a bright future. And with that, I'm ready to close those doors. I'll see you guys at the reunion, and congratulations. And now, please welcome your headmaster, Gregory Hatzis.
Mark. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Mark. Esteemed members of the Board of Education and Central Office, faculty, parents, relatives, friends, and good evening, class of 2019. I know I am speaking for all the members of the Fairfield Ludlowe community when I say we are absolutely thrilled to be with you on this beautiful night. We are so proud of you. You literally are what makes coming to work so exciting for all of us. You are who inspire us to try to be better and what makes our job so meaningful. FLHS faculty, could I please ask you to stand for 1 minute? Graduates, if you could turn and look around at all the faculty standing, how many of those faces have you interacted with over your time here? They inspired you with the content they taught, the skills they helped you develop, the books they helped you find, the ideas they helped you craft, the problems they helped you solve, or maybe just the great conversations that you had. Your teachers, your counselors, your deans, your support staff, your coaches, your paraprofessionals, your activity advisors, your homeroom teachers, your administrators. These teachers also represent all of those before them. Your middle school subject and unified arts teachers, your elementary teachers in kindergarten, 1st through 5th grades, PE, music, and art. All in all, there were probably 150 to 200 educators who are so proud to have had even a small contribution to you sitting here tonight. They all celebrate your accomplishment. Thank you, teachers. Parents, relatives, and friends, if it is possible for you, could you please stand? This is the kinesthetic part of the program. Now, graduates, as you turn your gaze forward and upward, there's over 2,000 people in that crowd. Your graduation tonight is one of your first major milestones of your life, and it's no mistake that many of the people you care so much about are here to celebrate that milestone with you. Some traveled far, some made sacrifices to be here, and maybe there are some who are not able to be here physically, but they are here in spirit because they are thinking about you or because they're watching over you. They stand before you now. They have stood by your side. They will always have your back. Please be seated. The reason I'm asking you to remember your educators and appreciate your families and friends is because over the next few years, you may face success, but you may also face challenges. There may be times you feel nervous to take the next step. There are times you may feel alone. If that happens, remember this night. Remember those faces standing for you. I told you on your first day when you came to FLHS that by coming here, you will never be alone, and that is truer today than it was then. Remember that all of this is for the amazing person that you are. I ask you all to please come back and visit or reach out to us and let us know what kind of impact you are making. We truly look forward to hearing about your future accomplishments and the Falcon footprints you will leave as imprints on the world. You are forever Falcons. Thank you very much. I would now like to introduce the first of your salutatorians, Josh Schaefer.
Wow, there are a lot more of you here today now than there were this morning at 10 o'clock rehearsing this speech. I'm recovering from a cold, so you have to bear with me, but I'm going to try my best. I'm going to start today with some personal thanks, tell a short anecdote, and finally offer some advice that I hope will humble our graduating class, and humility will be a theme of this speech. I'd first like to begin by thanking some specific members of the FLHS faculty and staff who, without their guidance, I would not be the man here that I am standing before you today. To Dr. Barba, Mr. Benjamin, Mrs. Hermson, Ms. Ingram, Ms. Kempner, Coach Renna, Mrs. Sousa, and every other educator I've been lucky enough to have in this building, thank you for instilling not just your teachings, but your morals and virtues into us all. And at this point, I'd like to thank our valedictorian, Siobhan Parimi, and my co-salutatorian, Amber Smith. Sharon, over the past 4 years, I have seen you consistently go above and beyond in the classroom, on the track, and most recently at our internship together at EDR. You do it not for your teacher or your coach or even your GPA, but you do it for yourself and remain the most humble person I have ever met. Amber, I have never seen you without your trademark infectious smile, brightening every class I've ever had the pleasure of sharing with you. Even when Amber is stressed, she exudes empathy, selflessness, and genuine care for those around her, making her a model character for all of our class. I could not be more proud and humbled to stand alongside you two today. To my parents, my 2 older sisters, Rachel and Eliza, and my girlfriend Samantha, thank you for supporting me through my coffee addiction and putting up with my nocturnal working habits and irregular napping schedule over the past 4 years. As we are gathered here today on this threshold between adolescence and adulthood, the most important piece of advice I can offer you all comes from what Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, Earl Warren, cited as the most important case of his career. The magnitude of this otherwise obscure case, better known as Baker v. Carr, is only further imbued when one considers the landmark jurisprudence that Warren could have chosen from his tenure, including Brown v. Board of Education that desegregated public schools and nullified the doctrine of separate but equal, and Griswold v. Connecticut, which established a constitutional right of privacy and paved the way for Roe v. Wade. However, it was the magnitude of this particular case, Baker v. Carr, that erupted the court into heated debate in 1962. And caught in the midst of adamant arguments from more senior justices on both sides of the aisle was a relatively young justice by the name of Charles Evan Whitaker. Whitaker was a simple man who attended a one-room schoolhouse while growing up on a farm in a rural Kansas town I guarantee none of you have ever heard of. As many of us today are so preoccupied by the prestige of our future endeavors, I think his story is quite pertinent to us all. Alongside his Harvard and Yale-educated peers, Whitaker had no formal education besides a law degree. He managed to convince the dean of the Kansas City Law School to let him in before he even had a high school diploma, and financed his education by selling animal furs he caught himself. Those of you taking on student loans do not be getting any ideas. On the bench, he's described by modern scholars as a pragmatist rather than an ideologue, someone impartial to arguments on either side of a case, permitted they were debated thoroughly. In practice, however, Whitaker was a swing vote, often exploited by the more commandeering demeanor of his peers, and the monumental weight of Baker v. Carr destroyed him. After deliberating for months, Whitaker accused himself in the court on the basis of his mental health, but not before one of his fellow justices pulled him aside and tried to console him. Before he left the court to return to his Kansas homestead, Justice Hugo Black told him these words: "Just remember that we are all just boys grown tall." This gift of youth that Justice Black alluded to holds priceless value and is bestowed upon us all at birth. Some will seek material means in a vain attempt to preserve it, only to corrupt their adolescent spirit by their own doing. Others yet see their youth as a figment of their inconsequential beginnings, one to be superseded by the acumen of life experiences at the nearest opportunity. In recent times, we have seen the ability for youth to inspire change of a scope far beyond their years, to hold the rest of society accountable on issues like gun reform, minority and LGBTQ rights, and environmentalism. To the parents in the audience, please do not forget that despite all of our assassins playing antics over the past month, the graduating class sitting before you cares deeply about these issues that affect the future of our society. We have a vested interest in ensuring that the world is just as bountiful, just as full of opportunity for our kids as you have left it for us. To my classmates sitting behind me, I recognize that this mission is a tall order. To those of you doubting your own abilities to effect real change, I ask you this: if the justices sitting on the highest court of all the land in the freest country on earth are nothing more than mere boys grown tall, then what are we? This common thread of growth from humble beginnings to wiser older stations is a great equalizer of our society, and I have no doubt that it will empower you all in whatever your future holds. On this day in particular, however, many of us are eager for the next step in our journey, to travel hundreds of miles from home and leave behind all that you've grown to know, to redefine yourself as the version of you that you've always thought everyone else would like better, to put your hobbies and your passions on the back burner in favor of your studies or the mere opportunity to make an impact. Let me remind you now that Charles Edwin Whitaker did not falter in his efforts to effect positive change. He only faltered remembering what he needed along the way, a visit to his farm in his rural Kansas hometown. Must we throw our youth into the wind with reckless abandon, or should we hold on to it, cherish it, foster it to grow alongside our old age? Let us preserve our youthful curiosity. Let us strengthen our aptitude for holding society accountable. All the while, let us not forget our humble beginnings. Let us not forget the pleasures, indulgences, and self-care that we need along the way. And as we embark on our future endeavors to inspire change in not only ourselves, but the world around us, Fairfield Ludlowe High School, class of 2019, please do not forget these words, that each and every one of us are nothing more than just boys and girls grown tall. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to now introduce our next salutatorian, Amber Smith.
Hello, friends, family, teachers, administrators, and my fellow peers, the class of 2019. 4 years ago, we walked into this school with an uncontrollable buzz of excitement and wonder, perhaps a little fear too. And today, we sit here, and I sense the same feelings: excitement, wonder, even fear. Let's reminisce back to the second Wednesday of freshman year. I vividly remember walking out onto the tennis courts packed like sardines for the activity fair. Eager to jump into the multitude of our school offerings, our class filled up our busy schedules with many rich Ludlowe offerings, especially gravitating towards the booths that enticed us with candy. We have earned our diplomas due to our achievements within our classes, but the impact we've made at Ludlowe extends far beyond the classroom. Our hours spent volunteering, tutoring, and dedicated to other clubs, sports, and activities are immeasurable and unquantifiable. We've made a difference, or shall I say, left our footprint. Every single one of us leaves behind a token of ourselves within this school. Whether it is a teacher you made a type bond with, a memorable discussion, debate, essay you had, a club you grew or started, a change you made, a person you made smile, an administrator you thanked, a mural you painted, a door you opened, we leave behind little pieces of our class. As we move forward, wherever our next steps take us, always remember to heed Gandhi's words. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Personally, I use these words to inspire myself towards making a positive difference in any capacity possible. I utilize my mantras, be kind and help others, and be grateful. Just as we did in high school, I urge you to continue to strive to make an impact in whatever way you deem fit. Strive to counter the negative within the world. Silence towards negative issues is simply compliance. Be aware of your issue, of your impact, of all your actions, both positive and negative. Use your great education, your values, and your voice to help others and to exude kindness. With the altered mindset of actively working to make a positive impact, strive to act upon the changes that you hope to see within the world. If you observe a lack of respect, kindness, or manners, aim to exhibit those positive characteristics outward. If there's a product you wish to see on the market, a campaign you wish existed, an issue you wish to fix, take action and make an impact in whatever capacity possible. The compilation of many people striving to make change on a small scale truly can better the world and make a difference. And if it takes a little candy to spark your interest on an issue, hey, some things never change. Never lose the eager freshman within you. Let's reflect upon the individuals within our lives that guided, supported, loved, and even pushed us to become who we are today. Let's thank those important people. On behalf of our class, I would like to thank all of our incredible teachers for their immense support, availability, patience, and passion they bring to Ludlowe, and how they've inspired us greatly. I would also like to extend a warm thank you to Mr. Hatzis and the rest of the administration for providing us with opportunities to explore and learn, and for always listening to our voices. Personally, I would like to thank my entire family and all my friends for their love, guidance, and support. I love and appreciate you all dearly, and a special shout out to my amazing friend who turns 18 today. Additionally, thank you to my mom for her immense support and teaching me the importance of kindness and my impact. And a huge thank you to my older sister and role model, Remy, who challenges me to be the best version of myself and always exudes kindness. A special thank you, although a sad and deeply heartfelt thank you, to those who can no longer walk beside us, but continue to provide love, inspiration, and guidance. After 724 early mornings, minus a few thanks to snow delays, 4 Battle of the Houses, 107 different clubs, and 1,524 spilled iced coffees. All right, I made up the last number, but it's probably not far off. It is time to part our way from our beloved home for the past 4 years. As we head our separate ways, we will forever be Falcons, peers, and the Ludlowe class of 2019. We will forever be unified through our memories, photos, stories, and impact. Class of 2019, I would like to conclude with my thank you to every single one of you. I'm grateful for all of you and for the impact Fairfield Ludlowe High School will forever have on me. Congratulations, class of 2019. We did it. Thank you.
And now our valedictorian, the class of 2019, Shravan Parimi.
So, I saw this guy online who was giving a speech, take a selfie on stage, and I want to do that, so just give me 1 second. I'd like to preface by saying that while I am good at a lot of things, public speaking is not one of them. Anyway, welcome students, staff, family, and friends. Today is the day to be reflective, grateful, and inspired. Standing here looking at all of you, some perhaps for the last time, I can't help but be a little sentimental. Over these 4 years, we've been through a lot, and have grown in ways our 8th grade selves never saw coming. We've studied for countless tests and completed countless assignments, often the period before, and sometimes the period after. Through various field trips and clubs, we've gotten to explore different parts of the world, and we got to wrap up our time together with a slip and slide, a beach day, and prom. But most importantly, we've grown and we've learned. Through academics, sports, music, and everything else Ludlowe offers, we've honed our skills and built character. And for all these experiences and all of this development, we have a lot of people to thank. I want to thank my mom and dad for being great parents and for working hard to make all of this even possible. And I'd like to thank Coach Reno, Mrs. McHugh, Ms. Newberg, and Mrs. Smith for believing in me and showing me that I'm way more capable than I had thought. At Ludlowe, we have had the privilege of getting instructed by amazing faculty, such as Mrs. Sousa and Mrs. Ingram and Mr. Benjamin, who genuinely want to see us succeed. We've had teachers who can run marathons, who can program new ways to represent data, or can read really, really well. Our teachers, coaches, counselors, and administrators chose to selflessly dedicate a huge part of their lives solely towards helping us become better people. Graduates, will you please help me thank the school staff for all that they've done? And I personally want to thank you, class of 2019. I am so grateful to have been able to spend 4 years with such inspiring, friendly, and supportive people. So many of you, such as Josh Schaefer, Amber Smith, Xenia Efimov, Ihan Akon, and Colin Agastisi, to name just a few, have shown me what it actually means to be selfless, authentic, and passionate. I mean, our class is pretty amazing. We have people who performed in Carnegie Hall and have run a 2-mile in under 9.5 minutes. We were the track divisional champions. The mock trial team came in top 8 in the state. The rocketry team went to nationals, and the football team started winning games again. We've come so far, guys. It's been real. Now, as we look to the future, we can rest assured that it will only get better. As we venture out into the world, we will encounter a plethora of incredible opportunities. Of course, along the way, there will be many challenges. For instance, even when you may be the worst public speaker you know, you're going to be asked to address an audience during one of the most important moments of their lives. In response to that, I say just go for it. Try to have fun and accept that sometimes you're going to fail. I have to admit, I messed up many times throughout high school, and I lost sight of what actually matters to me. But with a lot of help from others, I was able to figure things out again. And that's just part of the human experience, making mistakes over and over and over, but coming back to try again every time. As Mahatma Gandhi said, satisfaction lies in the effort, not in the attainment. Full effort is full victory. Now is the time to consider what is truly important to you and choose to pursue something that you consciously decide is worth struggling for. We've all had experiences in our lives, whether it's learning math, playing sports, creating art, experiences that we've found challenging but meaningful. Maybe try to party a little less. Go read some books. And for the love of God, please don't spend so much time on Tetris. We've been given this incredible gift, this freedom to pursue progress and happiness. Work hard and take advantage of it. It's worth it. Whatever you end up choosing to do, I challenge you, as I challenge myself, to simply try your best and see where it takes you. And one last thing. Just remember that soon, you will each be no one and nowhere. Just like that, we turn to dust. We are the quintessence of dust. The point is, we only have this brief, somewhat awkward interlude between being born and dying. No matter how bad you might mess up, there's no need to worry. There's a great Buddha quote that goes, "Act always as if the fate of the universe depended on what you did, while laughing at yourself for thinking that anything you do makes any difference at all." On that note, congratulations and good luck, graduates.
Could I have members of the choir please come forward? Ladies and gentlemen, to entertain you now, we have the Senior Chamber Singers members under the direction of Lauren Pine. And they will be singing the iconic "In My Life" by Lennon and McCartney. Thank you very much, guys. That was amazing. And now to announce what the class of 2019 will be offering as a class gift, please welcome class treasurer Daisy O'Brien.
Hello. A huge part of the class of 2019 senior year was the Nest, our student spirit section. That is why we are proud to announce that our class gift will be a fund to help new clubs and activities get started. Along with this, a donation to the Nest to purchase flags and banners so that future generations of Ludlowe students can continue to support Ludlowe sports.
Thank you very much, Daisy. It has been a Fairfield Ludlowe tradition since our first graduation ceremony in 2006 to invite one of our own faculty members to deliver the commencement address. It is a tradition of which we are very proud, as our teachers take their charge of guiding your children in their academic pursuits very seriously. We are honored to be a part of the community, and we love that the students' final advice from Ludlowe will come from one of their own teachers. While our seniors are involved in the process of choosing potential options, the speaker's identity is not revealed until today. This year, representing our math department, please welcome Dr. Kimberly Barba. Dr. Barba received her bachelor's from Fairfield University, where she graduated summa cum laude with a major in mathematics and minors in both education and psychology. She got her master's in pure mathematics from King's College in London, where her dissertation was on the Riemann zeta function and its functional equation. Still with me? And just recently, Dr. Barba was conferred her PhD from Teachers College at Columbia University, where her dissertation was on mindset over matter. How does parent mathematical mindset relate to child mathematical experience? At Columbia, Dr. Barba was also the co-editor of the Journal for Mathematics Education. Here at Ludlowe, Dr. Barba taught our highest level math courses and served as co-advisor of the Math National Honor Society. She has taught middle school, high school, and we are very sorry to announce, but happy for her, that she's accepted a position as a full-time assistant professor of mathematics at her alma mater, Fairfield University, starting next fall. Like the graduates she will address, Dr. Barba will carry her falcon footprint far beyond our classrooms. Dr. Kimberly Barba.
For those of you who don't know me, as Mr. Hatz has just said, obviously, I am Dr. Kimberly Barba. I actually know a significant portion of this graduating senior class. I taught some of you Math 7 and pre-algebra when you were in the 7th grade. I taught others of you Geometry 21 when you were freshmen or sophomores. And I most recently taught 57 of you this past year in either AP Calc BC or multivariable calculus. I've taught all grades from 7 through 12, and I can honestly share with you that teaching seniors is by far my favorite. You're the perfect combination of wit, eagerness, and sincerity, and you give me hope for the future. Just imagine what you could have accomplished already if you had only done your math homework. When Mr. Hatzis asked me to give the commencement speech, I was initially taken aback. What advice could I possibly give to you? And then I realized, in the past decade, I've been to 3 very different universities to get 3 degrees. I'll also be working as a professor next year. Therefore, contrary to my initial reaction, I'm actually in a pretty unique position to offer you some advice as you prepare for your own college experiences. First and foremost, you need to get out of the country at some point. Study abroad. Do a semester, a year, 2 years, whatever it takes. Only through international experiences will you truly understand how the world operates. You will gain invaluable perspectives, and you will start to practice genuine tolerance and acceptance. And in the process, you'll make the most diverse group of friends who will become your allies around the globe. Go anywhere. Go everywhere, for whatever reason, no matter how whimsical. I lived in London for a year to satisfy my Harry Potter obsession. Whatever flame of curiosity that you feel now, incite that flame. Stoke that fire through travel and life abroad. Second, make decisions that foster your own personal growth. Next year, you have the opportunity to start from scratch, the ultimate tabula rasa. Don't make choices that stifle your own self-expression. The person you were in high school is not the same person you will be in college. Embrace that. Try new things, or better yet, try those things that scared you in the past. College is a 4-year experiment before you enter the real world. Don't be the control group. Seize the catalyst for change and accept the transformation. Third, be flexible with your friends. If you're going to change, then so are they. I'm not saying to abandon your high school friends. Hopefully, you'll grow together. To this day, I remain so close with my own high school friends that we've surpassed friendship and now consider ourselves family. Collectively, we agree we're stuck with each other. But be receptive to each other's needs and be supportive of each other as you all undergo this incredible journey of self-actualization. Notably, this advice is also true for the future friends that you'll make in college. We all have a need to belong, and this desire is amplified from being so far from home and familiarity. You'll find yourself on the prowl for friends immediately upon setting foot on campus. Now, here's where you can actually find some comfort in math. College population sizes range from several thousand to over 30,000 students. Therefore, it's statistically guaranteed that you will find people with common interests, but you might not meet them all immediately. I didn't meet some of my closest college friends till junior and senior year. So as you begin to establish a group of friends as freshmen, don't let your desire to belong galvanize you into becoming exclusive or cliquey. Always be open to meet new people. Fourth, never stop learning. Many of you have decided majors, and the rest of you will be decided by your sophomore year. While it's important to know in which field you want to spend a significant amount of your adult life working, don't let your major discourage you from pursuing other topics that interest you. Diversify your focus. As an undergraduate, I double minored because I wanted to study education, but I was also intrigued by psychology. Upon completing my PhD, I started taking French classes because I realized that there's no greater challenge than learning a language. And I say that with absolute conviction after having spent the last 2 years writing a dissertation. Your intellectual curiosity is your most precious resource. When you enter the workforce, you'll find that ennui is a contagious affliction that can prevent you from feeling fulfilled. The only cure is to never satiate your thirst for knowledge. Fifth, and perhaps the most concrete and practical, as a college student, you're going to want to earn an income, but not at the mercy of your academic ambitions. In this regard, I have the perfect solution. Get a job at your college library. Get paid to do your schoolwork. Becoming familiar with your college library will prove invaluable, particularly in those moments where procrastination, perhaps in the form of a Netflix binge, has you in its hold and you find yourself scrambling to repeat a research project the night before it's due. Finally, my last piece of advice is for the parents. You're going to miss your children dearly, and as much as they might not want to admit it, they're going to miss you too. There's a lot of fear associated with change, and they will experience dramatic change throughout their 4 years of college. Personally, I was homesick. Fortunately, my dad found a surefire way to abate the demons of insecurity. He used to write me letters, not via email or text, actual snail mail, an archaic practice that I found oddly comforting. Not only did he write me letters, but he started to repeat the same coined phrases: passion for excellence and relentless pursuit for knowledge. Considering my educational background, I guess you can say that these words had a positive effect on me. I can't even tell you how many times I repeated them in the dozens of letters of recommendation I have since written for students. So parents, establish a platform for communication, whether it be letters, care packages, or weekly phone calls, and make it a tradition. It's nice to be reminded that you have people at home rooting for you. And so, farewell, class of 2019, and good luck. Be your best selves, take care of each other, and thank a teacher. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Dr. Barber. We will surely miss you next year, but you're not that far away, so please come visit. So now we have the presentation of our class. Mr. Michael Cummings, could you step forward, please? In front of us tonight is an outstanding group of students who have distinguished themselves in academic achievement, community service, music, art, literature, drama, student government, and athletics. It is my distinct pleasure as headmaster of Fairfield Ludlowe High School to present to you our Chief Academic Officer, the class of 2019.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Hatzis. As Chief Academic Officer and on behalf of Central Office and the Board of Education, I accept the members of the class of 2019, 384 strong, who have met the requirement for graduation as stipulated in the statutes of the state of Connecticut and in the policies of the Fairfield Board of Education. Therefore, I grant to you all the rights and privileges due to you under these statutes as graduates of Fairfield Ludlowe High School. As a symbol of your new status, I ask you to move your tassels from the right side to the left-hand side, marking your transition to that of graduate. Congratulations.
So before we begin reciting the list of graduates, I know I can't stop you, but I respectfully ask that you be careful not to call out or applaud in a way that will cause another family to miss out on hearing their child's name called. Thank you very much. I would now like to call forward Mr. John Antonello, the housemaster of Warner House, to greet his students, along with Board of Education members Nick Asa and Mr. Jeff Peterson.
Need some help moving that?
Warner House, please come forward. Before we begin, I just wanted to let everybody know, although he'll kill me, Mr. John Antonello has announced that he'll be retiring in October of next year, so this will be his last graduation with us. So I just wanted to make sure he got a round of applause. And let's praise you together. Homeroom 381. Aditya Anna. Andrea Arana Madrigal.
Congratulations.
Jeffrey Paul Bouvet.
Congratulations.
Jofia Siri Simino.
Congratulations.
Brendan Louis Devine.
Congratulations.
Sage Nicolette Factora.
Congratulations.
Leah Nicole Farrington.
Congratulations.
Neftali Gomez.
Congratulations.
Sean Stephen Heil.
Congratulations.
Jack Michael Gerald.
Congratulations.
Oliver Ingraham Lay.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Abigail Marie Moore.
Congratulations.
Yvonne Newton.
Congratulations.
Nicholas Charles Noto.
Congratulations.
I wanted to announce the name of someone who could not be here with us tonight. She's competing in nationals and crew, Bonnie Ellen Kushner. Madison Whitman Riley.
Congratulations.
Thomas Carl Roberts.
Congratulations.
Nadia Maria Pavlovna Roshanets.
Congratulations.
Isabella Maria Pastalo.
Congratulations.
Kirsten Kelly Alfreeze. Eric Sebastian David Andreski. Lily Maria Aston. Daniel Chow Bolado.
Congratulations.
Hayden Wilder Carey.
Hey, congratulations.
Tess Colby Cogan.
Congratulations.
Taylor Hope Orion.
Congratulations.
Brian Mead Karamijian.
Congratulations.
Brendan John Larson.
Congratulations.
Andrew Ayers Martin.
Congratulations.
Kyle Edward Mosley.
Congratulations.
Will Anthony McGuire.
Congratulations.
Nicholas John Peloso.
Congratulations.
Sierra Reese Salt.
Congratulations.
Samir Singh. Isaiah Marcellus Smith.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Maeve Alicia Soto.
Congratulations.
Amar Najmul Sumra.
Congratulations.
Lillian Ruth Traum. Homeroom 329. Hayla Marie Allen.
Congratulations.
Michael Wiley Anastasio.
Congratulations, Michael.
Noah Andrew Bass.
Congratulations.
Nicole Michelle Campbell.
Congratulations.
Cayman Chen.
Congratulations.
Patrick Thomas Devine.
Congratulations.
John Charles Gear.
Guys, come on over here. Congratulations.
Grace Elizabeth
This way.
Hanrahan.
No, over here.
Hayden
Oh,
C.
sorry.
Hanson.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Luca Christine Holderby.
Congratulations.
Maeve Elizabeth Cascowitz.
Are we gonna make it? Are we gonna make it happen? Congratulations.
Carolyn Margaret Nesbitt.
Congratulations.
Isabella Nicole Phillips.
There's an incident.
Hold on to your hat. Here.
Congratulations.
Jessica Whitman Riley.
Congratulations.
Benjamin Paul Russell. Joshua Ian Schaefer.
That was an awesome speech, by the way.
Jake Benjamin Simonelli.
Oh boy. Congratulations.
George Joseph Bottas.
Congratulations.
Homeroom 319. Isabel Marie Abbott.
Congratulations.
William Pearson Allen.
Congratulations.
Julia Marie Antonicelli.
Congratulations.
Sophie Claire Bates. Grace Marie Brown. Grace Colby Coden.
Ah, there you go.
Elena Lynn
Congratulations.
Constantino.
Congratulations.
Victor Cunha Lechi Gola de Arusho.
Congratulations.
Lauren Alexandra Davis.
Congratulations.
Carl Henry Kopersberger.
Congratulations.
Mary Margaret Leatherwood.
Congratulations.
Jane Marie Mazziocco.
Congratulations.
Blake Anthony Mossy.
Congratulations.
Maeve Elizabeth McAdams. Aaron Monroe O'Donnell. Molly Hayes Reynolds.
Congratulations.
Jacob Matthew Schwartzman.
Oh,
Peyton
congratulations.
Nicole Siegel.
Congratulations.
Rory Nancy Smith.
Congratulations.
Colin Martin Agaspisi. This is homeroom 314.
Congratulations.
Laurel Naya Blackman.
Congratulations.
9. Madison Adriolo Bull.
Congratulations.
Catherine Ann Creamer.
Congratulations.
Riley Michael Evanko.
Congratulations.
Griffin James Orberg.
Congratulations.
Sophia Chu Barbarino.
Congratulations.
Olivia Isabella Gay.
Congratulations.
Nicholas Giuseppe Imbrogno.
Congratulations.
Olivia Simone Keogh.
Congratulations.
Grace Grace Powers Franklin.
Congratulations.
Jane Elizabeth Neverty.
Oh boy. Congratulations.
Catherine Hillary Newton.
Oh, here we go. Congratulations.
Catherine Mary O'Brien.
Congratulations.
Grace Evelyn Kelly.
Congratulations.
Griffin Christopher Restrepo.
Congratulations.
Restrepo. Christopher James Ryan.
Congratulations.
Patrick Cronin Ryan.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Ansley Lara Smith.
Congratulations.
Sarah Catherine Topaz.
Congratulations.
Kevin Nicholas Zimmerman.
Congratulations.
Homeroom 302. Adam Bazilchik.
Congratulations.
Kelsey Elizabeth Brown.
Congratulations.
Phoebe Garland Burke.
Congratulations.
Molly Ann Cronin. Claire Catherine Fanning. Jamie Lynn Fortunato. Stefano Alejandro Guerra.
Congratulations.
Olivia Catherine McGovern Hurst.
Congratulations.
Gabriella Burnham Cagle.
Congratulations.
Daniel Ryan Kozer.
Congratulations.
Quinn Robert Moreau.
Congratulations.
Everett James Nash.
Congratulations.
Cameron Taylor Pelly.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Wolfgang Maximilian Plega.
Congratulations.
Austin Jan Russell.
Congratulations.
Delia Ann Ryan.
Congratulations.
Amanda Jean Schneider.
Congratulations.
Jack Landon Vogel.
Congratulations.
Colin Gilliland Wilson.
Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present you Warner House. Would Webster House please rise and approach the stage? I'd like to call forward also Webster Housemaster Jody Kaspar and Board of Ed Chairwoman Christine Vitale. Starting with homeroom 249, Brennan James Alves. Kieran Reed Barker. Gregory Francis Calabrese. Madison Taylor Cerny. Claire Ann DeMassa.
Thank you.
Alex Joseph LaFabio. Grace Camilla Dortenzio. Chloe Faye Gerard. Justin Edward Hathaway. Mary Eileen Eagle. Tigran Coachman. Luke Joseph Lombard.
Congratulations.
Kai Alexander Morelli. Jeffrey Thomas Myers. Phoebe Elizabeth Null. Megan Carey Phelan. Audrey Nicole Sharp. Garrett Peter Tallman. Julia Louise Vitale. Homeroom 251, Molly Nicole Atiencia. Jesse Nelson Barber. Stephanie Jane Berry. Andrew Paul Berquist. Vincent Thomas Camara.
Thank you.
Leah Sky Clark. Haley Mackenzie Desmond. Giovanna Resadori Giovannini.
Yeah, congratulations.
Anna Kathleen Go. Evelyn Taylor Bogart. Risho John Kennedy. Frank James Keller. Hannah Elizabeth Lansford. Paige Generosa McGee. Julio Enrique Morales. Thomas Corey Murray.
Congratulations.
Bridget Crawford Palmer.
Good luck to you, honey. Come back this way.
Emily Grace Cueva. Jackson Day Shostak.
Congratulations.
Matthew Kemp Villalba.
You did it, Matt.
I did it.
Brittany Lynn Zakia. Kat Ann Tellian.
Hi, Kat. Can I shake your hand? Shake hand? Can you take that? Yeah. Congratulations, honey. Thank you.
Homeroom 252. Sean Eric Anderson.
Thank you.
Lauren Contis Biganet.
Congratulations, honey.
Dylan Peter Bongiorno.
Thank you.
Callie Jane Conroy.
Congratulations.
Christian Gerard DeAngelis.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Anthony Christopher Dunn.
Tony, there you go. Congratulations.
Ian Christopher Ertel. Eric Thomas Emmendorfer. Gabriella Rose Fishback. Maya Caroline Jackowitz.
We miss you. Good luck too, sweetie.
Hannah Isabel Lee.
Congratulations.
Luca Vincent Masucci. Kirsten Elizabeth Morris Rowe. Claire Ryan Perkins. Zion Emmanuel Petrie. Mia Antoinette Pollock. Miranda Onishiko Schlachter. Omar Mike Sakara. Jack Bishop Spagna. Alexandra Suvorova.
Thank you.
Jaden Alexander Pavois.
Congratulations.
Grace Elizabeth Vino.
Congratulations.
Jack Hillenbrandt Wallace. Homeroom 281. Brianna Crystal Marie Biaggi. Sally Binswanger.
Congratulations, Sally.
Mason Tatum Collier.
Good luck, Mason.
Hadley Elizabeth Day.
Thank you.
James Donovan Delmiche.
Congratulations.
Robert Dutois.
Congratulations, Robert. Good luck.
Emily Catherine Fishback. Evan Charles Gander. Grace Margaret Deckler. Sarah Michelle Hurley. Ryan Thomas Hummerstone. Rory Thomas Jones. Bianca Patricia Leone. Mitchell Edward Thomas Minogue.
Good job, Mitchell. Congratulations.
Michaela Gabrielle Murdoch. Jake Arthur Northrup.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Aaron Emmanuel Petrie.
Good luck to you.
Julio Angel Rodriguez Kilo.
Proud of you, Julio.
Amber Claire Smith. Megan Claire Stout. Ryan Varney.
Way to go, Ryan.
Jamin Diaz. Sam Julian Zellen. Homeroom 282. Dylan Allen Beck.
Congratulations.
Christo Bochi.
Thank you.
William John Cabalbo.
Congratulations.
Catherine Michaela Coolidge. Caroline Emily Dayton.
So proud of you.
Duncan Tyler Feldman. Dominic David Galuzzo.
Good luck, honey.
Ian James Greenwood.
Good luck to you. Congratulations.
Brian Blade Gutierrez.
Good, Brian. Good luck.
Trey Hensel III.
Thank you.
Jonathan Willem Kraus.
Thank you.
Kylie O'Leary Lawler.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Vincent Christopher Mastino. Avery Caroline Mayhew.
Congratulations.
Francis Paul Owe. Caroline Graham Placey. Kevin Henry Quinn.
Congratulations. Thank you.
James Edward Kozlowski Jr.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Mason Alexander Zane. Over 149. Jeannie Lillian Barker.
Thank you. Good job.
John Brendan Bell III.
Good luck, honey.
William Ryan Burris.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Christopher Joseph Nepomuceno Sorelli.
Thank you.
There you get it.
Arshia Degagi.
Congratulations.
Xenia Dmitry Efimov.
Got it.
Yuja Feng.
Good job. Congratulations, honey. Good luck.
Alan Ramsey Gutierrez.
Is it this one? Oh, yeah.
Elizabeth Grace Koopman.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Olivia Lind. Lauren Ornola Liddy. Julian Irene Mastro. Jillian. Robert Andrew Meyer Jr. Emma Rose Powell.
Congratulations.
Nora Lynn Procopio. Nora Ellen Reedy. Genuine Skill Filosofo Salcedo. Caitlin Elizabeth Urquhart.
Congratulations, Katie.
Ruby Monique Zambrana. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Webster House. Right House, please approach the stage.
I like the this way. It's easier for me to.
I'd like to also call forward Right House Master Barry Raven and Board of Education Secretary Jessica Gerber.
Can I fix your phone? There. It's going to be pictures forever. I know, we need to exit. They usually exit. What do I know? The Wiz Yeah.
Homeroom 235, Sam Patrick Faliki. Christopher Billiard.
Congratulations, Chris.
Cole James Chismady.
Congratulations, Cole.
Emily Elizabeth Duffy.
Congratulations.
Grace Nina Gee.
Congratulations.
Kenneth Charles Hine. Thomas Jesse Holtz.
Congratulations, Thomas. I'm so proud of you.
Nat Jeffermo.
Congratulations, Thomas.
Catherine Cullen Kuhn.
Congratulations.
Lily Catherine Lombardo.
Congratulations.
Luca James Master.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jack Benjamin McCarthy.
Congratulations, Jack.
Maya McCarski.
Congratulations, Maya.
Heather Rhodes Moran.
Congratulations,
Paige Francis O'Connell.
Congratulations.
Nicholas Raphael Rulo.
Congratulations, Nick.
Nathan Leonard Silver.
Congratulations.
Colin Bain Sullivan.
Congratulations.
Charles Robert Waghorn.
Charlie!
Bailey Patricia Waskevich.
Congratulations, Bailey.
Homeroom 274. Alyssa Sierra Ceruzzi.
Congratulations, Alyssa.
Valentina Chiappa.
Congratulations.
Clara Mary Ruth Cusinelli.
It's not going to blow away. You're good.
Ethan Prescott Durham.
Yeah. Congratulations, Ethan. Good job.
Harrison Cole Elliott.
Harrison! Congratulations, Harrison.
Jack Albert Ferrier.
Congratulations, Jack.
Mark Anthony Garcia.
Congratulations.
Jackson Drayton Hemphill.
Congratulations, Jackson.
Grace Ann Hoder.
Gracie made it. Good
Malcolm
job.
Todd Katz.
Congratulations, Malcolm.
Madeline Rose McDermott.
Congratulations, Maddie. Congratulations.
Maya Diane Newton.
Congratulations, you.
Kelly Jean Palmer.
Congratulations.
Siobhan Chaitanya Harimi.
Good job. Congratulations.
Jonathan Peter Peraza.
Congratulations.
Emerson Rose Raymond.
Congratulations.
Liam Daniel Rosengren.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Megan Eileen Sawyer.
Congratulations.
Georgia May Sharp.
Congratulations, Georgia.
Benjamin Carmel Scozen.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Lucas Leonel Ventura.
So can I give you a hug or no?
Nora Catherine Wilkerson.
Okay. Congratulations.
Homeroom 226. Fiona Catherine Carter.
Congratulations,
Kabir Anand Chavan.
Fiona. I like the medal.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jacob Sashu Cusinelli.
Congratulations, Jacob.
Ella Grace Edwards.
Congratulations, Ella.
Eric Daniel Espinal IV.
Congratulations, Eric.
McKenna Catherine Forrest.
Congratulations, McKenna.
Indiana Sky Goodman.
Yay! Congratulations.
Madeline Page Heron.
Yeah. Congratulations, Maddie.
J. Dahan Layton. Mary Emma Gregory McLaughlin.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Felix Jean-Philippe Nizet.
Congratulations.
John Joseph Palmieri.
Congratulations.
Christian Xavier Peterson.
You got it. Congratulations, Christian.
Victoria Anna Rufala.
Congratulations.
Eleni Melody Roberts.
I like the sound like.
Jenna Marie Sanchez.
Congratulations, Jenna.
Olivia Brooke Serlin.
It's on, you're good. Congratulations.
Patricia Renee Shortle.
Congratulations. Thank you.
John Christopher Totora.
Congratulations, John.
Thank you.
Ethan Robert Van Loan.
Congratulations.
Kathleen Grace Weber.
Congratulations. Ooh, Bobby, good idea.
Homeroom 225. Isabella Jolie Alarcon.
Congratulations.
Catherine Mary Baliki.
Congratulations, Katie.
Christopher Ryan Benton.
Congratulations.
Thomas Joseph Bruno.
Congratulations, Thomas. You did it.
Carl Angelo Flores Castillo.
Congratulations.
Brendan Francis Daly.
Congratulations, Brendan. Congratulations.
Ihan Barish Ahan.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Mark Thomas Hamler.
Great job, Mark.
Thank you so much.
Michael John Holtz.
Congratulations, Mike.
Brian Scott Howell.
Congratulations, Brian.
Peter George Crispin.
Congratulations.
Jessica Renata Lee.
Congratulations.
Charles Henderson Lowe.
Congratulations, Charlie. We made it.
Abigail Rose McMillan.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Matthew Dominic Missanilio.
Congratulations.
Holly Elizabeth Moran.
Congratulations,
Cameron Molly Pollock.
Holly.
Jessica Elizabeth Kakami.
Congratulations.
Tarek Andre Thomas.
Congratulations.
Liam Noel Walden.
Oh, this is
We got it. Yeah, we're good.
Aiden Cahill Whitehawk. Homeroom 129. Rachel M. Albanze. Albanze. Fiona Eloise Campbell.
Congratulations.
Abigail Sarah Klein.
Congratulations, Abby.
Alexis Gabrielle Figueroa.
I'm so proud of you.
Gabriella Marie Fury.
Congratulations.
Stanislav Godlewski.
Congratulations.
Felicia Bridgetana.
Congratulations, Felicia.
Aiden James Kilgallen.
Congratulations.
William Yongkwan Kim. Ryan Jonathan Lewis.
Congratulations.
Vladislava Mikhailova.
Congratulations. I love you.
Michelle and Noel Decken.
Congratulations.
Madeline Daisy O'Brien.
Congratulations.
Owen Burke O'Shea.
Congratulations.
Elliot Joseph Ruthier.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Annalisa Gabriela Skinner.
Elliot.
Thomas Jeffrey Stasko.
Congratulations.
Gabrielle Victoria Warship.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Homeroom 214, Brian Joseph Agid.
Congratulations.
Reed David Brown.
I'll be gentle. You got it?
Patrick John Egan.
Yeah. Congratulations, PJ. Congratulations.
Michaela Ann Fleming.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Kelsey Ann Galati.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Miranda Claire Herron.
You got this. Good job, Miranda. Congratulations. Thank you. Good job.
Turn around, hold his mustache. Miranda.
We need to wait.
Arjun Iyer.
Congratulations.
Emmett Colin Phelps.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Emma Rose Kilgallen.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Anders Robert Kleinbeck.
Congratulations,
Ethan Lavala.
Congratulations, Ethan.
Thank you.
It's not falling off. We're good.
Kirsten Chelsea Motelis.
Congratulations.
Ryan Jordan Ing.
Congratulations.
John Gardner Orifice.
Congratulations.
Jack Archer Owens.
Congratulations.
Eden Pleasure Cranowitz. Brianna Nicole Santiani.
Congratulations, Brianna. Thank you.
Michael Frederick Cerbono. Samuel Katie Spearing.
Congratulations, Sam. Well done.
Alexandra Kathleen Terrier. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Right House. At this time, I would ask that all the senior homeroom teachers please proceed to the diploma tables, and the remaining teachers form the congratulatory colonnade. While they do this, I would just like to thank all the parents and faculty volunteers who made this wonderful night possible, especially Regina Ryan, Jerry Siska, and our entire secretarial staff, Bob Bernetti and the custodial staff, Victor Mirror, our Director of Student Activities, our incredible music staff, Lauren Pine, Nick Albano, Linda Smith, and Sam Eckhart, and all of our dedicated teachers, paraprofessionals, counselors, deans, and administrators. As the teachers get into place, I'd like you to go ahead and get your cameras ready, as we are about to ask our students to take part in one last adventure as a class. Thank you for joining us this evening, and have a safe and fun-filled night and a wonderful summer. Graduates, please stand. The time has come for your last act as students of Fairfield Ludlowe High School. On the count of 3, you may throw your graduation caps as high as you can. You ready? 1, 2, 3! Good night, everyone.
You did a fabulous job.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done, sir.
Thank you so
Very
much.
good job, as usual.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. You're great for helping with accents. I had to spend some time. Thank you for getting me.
If you go into the doors by the, yeah.
Everything okay? Believe me, they'll come back to us. Oh, thank you.